All right, if everyone will turn on the microphones, we'll get started. We've got conflicting clocks, so we'll go by the bigger one. It's 7 o'clock. So I'll call the meeting to order. Before we start, I'd like to ask the board members each in their own way to ask for some direction in the decisions that we'll be making tonight on behalf of the county. Thank you. Roll call.
Mr. Talbot?
Here.
Mr. Easley?
Here.
Ms. Deering? Ms. Glass? Here. Mr. Craddock?
Here.
Mr. Merrick?
Here.
Mr. Yeaman?
Here.
Okay. In your package, you have the minutes of October 13th. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes? If not, is there a motion to stand approved as written?
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor of approving the minutes as written, please signify by raising your hand. Thank you very much. All right, you have the agenda in your packet. Are there any changes, additions, or corrections to the agenda?
And stand approved as written.
Moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, moved. All in favor of approving the agenda as written, raise your hand, please. Thank you. Old business.
I don't have any.
Old business, new business.
So next month, we will have 3, possibly 4 cases. Special use permit for a kennel, which is the one at Mount Hermon Animal Clinic that they withdrew a month or 2 ago. That would come back before you. Special use permit for a public garage, and then a special use permit for utility scale solar energy facility, and possibly a second one.
Okay. And as far as, I asked about the agenda, the Axton Solar should be deleted from tonight's agenda, right?
We'll get to that when we get to the public hearing, because it's already been advertised.
Okay. All right.
So,
Alrighty. Any other new business? All right, let's proceed to the public hearing. No large print tonight? I'll see if I can read this. Ladies and gentlemen, pursuant to Article 5, Division 7 of the Pittsylvania County Zoning Ordinance, we, the Board of Zoning Appeals, have been empowered to hear and decide specific applications and appeals in support of said ordinance. In accomplishing this important task, we are charged with promoting the health, safety, and general welfare of the citizens of Pittsylvania County. We must ensure that all our decisions and recommendations be directed to these goals and that each be consistent with the environment, the comprehensive plan, and in the best interest of Pittsylvania County, its citizens, and its posterity. Anyone here to speak to the board other than the applicant regarding zoning cases will be limited to 3 minutes. So public hearing in case S-20-018 is now open. The time is 7:04. Report, please.
Case S-20-018, Stewart and Deborah Atkins have petitioned for a special use permit on 151.93 acres located on Columbus Road in the Cowens-Gretna election district for a recreational facility and ATV trails. The Planning Commission recommended by 8-0 vote with no opposition that the petitioner's request be granted with the conditions submitted by staff. The staff summary is enclosed in the board packet. Mr. Chairman, Mr. Stewart Atkins is here to represent the petition.
Okay, Mr. Atkins.
Please must start, sir.
Okay.
Shall I take his last time?
Please do, and state your name and address.
I'm Gerald Wingfield. Address is 41 Washburn Drive, Martinsville, Virginia, 24112. What we've got is an ATV park bordering the Franklin County, Pittsylvania County line. We've got a guideline of rules here that we are putting in place, and we got the rules from the board last week that y'all had given us. We're going to some pretty extreme measures where the other parts are not. We built bridges over top of the creeks, which they've got a couple more to build, but we will not be riding. I know that was a big concern for everyone that's getting in the Pig River. So we will not even be close to the Pig River. And any creeks or springs are bridged over. And we've moved the actual parking lot entrance to it to the Franklin County side, which is on a dirt road, and it's away from everybody as far as neighbors, so forth. We've got the closest rescue squad to us is 10 minutes, which is the Cool Branch, which is located down in Pembroke, and then the Snow Creek Rescue Squad in Franklin County is 11 minutes away, and then I think the Callens is 14 minutes away. So we're in a pretty good location as far as where we are.
Okay, is that it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We have some guidelines here, if y'all want to see them, of what we're going to put into place in accordance with what y'all have already put in place for us.
Okay, well, we have some recommended conditions by the staff. Have you read those? Were you given those?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What does your rules, what do they say about alcohol?
We've got some copies of this. All right, so we've got the rules and regulations for ATV trails, and I'll start at number 1. There's no alcohol allowed on premises. Number 2 is no glass containers allowed of any type. Number 3, no littering, trash cans are located around the trails. No riding in Pig River or any other creeks. If caught violating any rules, you will be asked to leave and banned from the premises for 6 months. All bands must be worn at all times. Trails are one way. If this is something we all do is different than other ATV trails. I've been a member of AMA since I was 12 years old, off and on. I've competed in a lot of motocross events, high scrambles, different events. And so I'm kind of familiar with the safety aspect of it, which a lot of people do not practice. It says the trails are one way and go in one direction. Please follow the arrows. Do not ride trails backwards. Do not stop and block trails. Do not go down trails that are marked. Do not enter. Pay attention to the mile markers and posted signs. This will help us locate you if you are in need of assistance. Helmets required if under age 18. Saturday hours are 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. That's an hour actually shorter than what y'all have requested. In midsummer and mid-fall, the premises vacated by 7:30. 10 a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m., mid-fall and mid-spring, premises vacated by 4:30. The reason we're doing that is I want to be able to go around that track before it gets dark, and I want to see if anybody's broke down, needs assistance of any way. I don't want to have to be doing that after dark, and if it has to be after dark, it's fine. And then if we got them out of there 30 minutes after that, then we don't have people just hanging around, blasting the radio, just hanging out. The Sunday hours are 1 to 6, mid-spring, summer, mid-fall, premises vacated by 6:30. 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, mid-fall to mid-spring, premises vacated by 4:30. And if we had any rides, Thursday and Friday, rides are set up, hours will be the same as Saturday. Now, we don't plan on having anything on Thursday and Friday, but that could be on certain occasions, maybe in the summertime.
Okay. Does anyone else have questions for the applicant at this time? All right, thank you. We will have some before we're done, I'm sure. Did anyone sign up to speak? Okay, no one signed up to speak. Is there anyone that wants to address the board before we close the public hearing? If not, we'll close the public hearing. Time is 7:10. All right. right, social use, what are the adverse effects that we need to take into consideration? First, let me direct you to the list in your packet. This is operating days of operation limited Thursday to Sunday. Hours of operation 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., which would be permitted, but as the applicant said, for operational considerations, they'll actually be shorter than that. 1 to 8 on Sunday, no alcohol permitted. Perimeter camping only unless a separate special use permit is issued. Must maintain a 100-foot vegetated buffer along all exterior property lines. This does not apply to interior lines. Must maintain a natural buffer along all waterways. There shall be no ATVs in Pig River. Must remain in compliance with all applicable erosion and sediment control and stormwater regulations. Must remain in compliance with all applicable health department regulations. And night rides permitted once per calendar year until 2 a.m. Now, those were the recommended, are there any adverse effects that, in addition to these, that we need to consider?
Not pretty well covered, in my opinion.
Are there any that we don't need to consider? Do any of these address an adverse effect that don't require a
Chatham, I think if they seem with their own rules to have more than satisfied our rules and requests, so I think our rules would be satisfactory.
Is there anything, okay. Anything additional? No?
No, I commend them for what they've done with the hours. I know the neighbors would appreciate that, so I really think
I hope you all had an opportunity to go down there.
Oh, yeah.
It's a wonderful site.
That's a beautiful part of the county. Okay. I have one question, and it doesn't have anything to do with the case, but how much property is actually in Pittsylvania?
I think it's around 150 acres in the Pennsylvania County side.
Okay.
Well, no, you're talking about how many acres exactly in Pennsylvania. It's half the farm, well, half the farm about Pennsylvania, and another half probably Franklin.
Okay, all right, so basically 75 acres. Okay.
All right, so if there are no other, if there are no adverse effects that rise to the level of mitigation or that cannot be mitigated, do I assume a positive motion is in order with these conditions? Okay. The positive motion would read, whereas Stewart and Deborah Atkins have petitioned the Board of Zoning Appeals for a special use permit for a recreational facility and ATV trails, and whereas we find no substantial detriment to adjacent property, that the character of the zoning district will not be changed thereby, but such use will be in harmony with the purpose and intent of the ordinance, I move the special use permit be granted with the following conditions. Days of operation limited to Thursday through Sunday. Hours of operation will be limited 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Thursday through Saturday, and 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Sunday. No alcohol permitted on the premises. Perimeter camping only, unless a separate special use permit is issued for a campground. Must maintain a 100-foot vegetated buffer along all the exterior property lines. This does not apply to interior property lines within the total project area. Must maintain a natural buffer along all waterways. Shall be no ATVs in Pig River at any time. Must remain in compliance with all the applicable erosion and sediment control and stormwater regulations. Must remain in compliance with all applicable health department regulations. And night rides are permitted once per calendar year until 2 a.m. Is that your motion?
So moved.
Moved. Is there a second? Moved and seconded. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by raising your hand. Opposed likewise? Okay. Motion passes. I hear a motion. Oh, I'm sorry. Looking ahead. Okay, thanks for coming out. And you need to realize and see Emily tomorrow. And, good luck.
Thursday.
All right.
Tomorrow.
Thank you.
I'll do that tomorrow.
What?
I'll do that.
Okay.
Trying to get it done.
Excuse me,
All right, the next case is S-20-19, Axel Soul, public hearing is open 7:15. Report.
Case S-20-019, Axon Solar LLC has petitioned for a special use permit on 16 parcels of land, a total of 1,359.74 acres, located on Medical Center Road, Sugar Barber Road, Sandy River Road, Retreat Drive, Taylor Road, Moscow Road, Maple Springs Drive, and Plantation Drive in the Tunstall Election District for utility-scale solar energy facility. The Planning Commission recommended by 8-0 votes with opposition that petitioner's request be granted with the conditions submitted by staff. The staff summary is enclosed in the board packet. However, the applicant did not post the signs on the property for the required period of time. So since the signs were not on the property, the required 2 weeks before the meeting, we are requesting that you table this and allow them to bring this back to the next meeting, which will be the December meeting, so that the properties can be properly posted.
Okay. Do I hear a motion that we table this until December?
So,
Motion and second. All in favor of tabling this until December, signify by raising your hand. Thank you. Opposition, no. So we'll close the public hearing that we did, 7:16. Do I hear a motion to adjourn? Okay.